being part of the Sonic world has been incredible. To take an iconic game character like Sonic and turn it into not only one movie, but 2 movies and 3 movies and a TV show has been really a rewarding proposition. I think that the way it's evolved from the first movie to the second movie to the Knuckles TV show and now to the third movie, with the scope and depth of the characters that has grown, has been incredible. But at the heart of it, what makes it so special is that core characters of who Sonic is. In the first movie, the movie was really about how did Sonic fit into this world, into this human world. And it was interesting to see how a character came here and learned about Earth and the relationships and personalities and was able to adapt. The second movie was when we introduced Tails and Knuckles. It became a movie about friendship, about the 3 of them. And in the third movie, we've really upped the stakes and the relationships. And in bringing in Shadow, who's one of a fan favorite and my favorite, it just amped everything up. And to be able to see that journey of Sonic in his character from when he came here, when he was so naive and young, and to see that evolution and the evolution of his friendship with Knuckles and Tails and how they come together to go against Shadow, I think is really fun and rewarding, and it just keeps building. This is what I like. At the end of Sonic 2, this powerful trio of Sonic, Tails, and Knuckles has been formed and bonded, and they're like great friends. But in 3, when we inject the new character of Shadow, who we teased at the end of 2, it kind of puts their friendship at a big test, because there's some promises that they've all made to each other that they kind of have to go back on, because in order to defeat Shadow, they need to do that. So it really tests the boundaries of those friendships. But in testing that, it almost makes it a stronger between the 3 of them. We just thought the character of Gerald was a really interesting character. But when we started to talk about how we were actually going to do it, the role of Robotnik is so hard physically on Jim. We at first never even really thought, well, should his grandfather be Jim again? But the more we thought about it, we were like, if anybody can do it and create 2 very, very different Robotniks, it's Jim Carrey. And when we came up with that idea, we could never see it a different way. When I watch the 2 of them scenes together, I literally feel like I'm watching 2 different people. Jim is amazing with his physical comedy, his verbal comedy. He's just so great. And now to be able to see 2 of them, I love it. So much of the returning cast has come back. It's a testament to how much people liked working on the movies, liked the end result of the movies, and kind of just the familial setting that we've tried to make when we've made these movies. So to have James and Tika back as Sonic's and Tails and Knuckles' parents is great. To have Natasha and Shamar come back, to have that huge comic relief, to have Lee come back as as Agent Stone. His relationship with Jim Carrey's, to me, is so touching. And it's great to have Adam Pally, where we were lucky enough to do the Knuckles TV show. And, every time he's in a scene, he steals a scene. And to have Tom come back as General Walters, it feels like, family week anytime we're on the set, to have all these familiar faces who just come to do great work, to make things funny. And it's just a pleasure to reunite with them every time. I don't think I could imagine Sonic, Tails, Knuckles, and Shadow being voiced by any other actors than who they are. Ben has been the only, obviously, Sonic in the film franchise. He's terrific. Not only is he a great voice, but he helps us just write such great lines for him and riffs on what Sonic can do. He's awesome. Colleen from doing the voice for Tails in the games. I love her voice. It's so endearing to have Idris be this big, powerful voice as Knuckles, but to always have this naivete, brings so much humor. And then what can I say, how lucky we are to have Keanu Reeves as Shadow. He was our only choice. We're so glad he said yes, and he's just incredible in the movie. Keanu is just Keanu, and he's just so great. He just imbues characters with these traits that are amazing. And we watched the movie. It's just so weird when we brought Idris in and we had temp voice in there when we were early on in production. And then we bring Idris in and his voice in there. And it's like, wow, the characters come alive. And then same thing with Shadow. We had temp voices in there until we were able to record with Keanu. And it's just actors of that caliber and quality just make it so much better. And we're just thrilled to have them in the movie. This movie is chock full of Easter eggs. And it's so rewarding to watch the movie with an audience who loves these characters in these games so much, and just any little Easter egg we've buried in the background or done, like it just brings and elicits such an emotion. It's so fun and it's so rewarding for us as filmmakers. We are really, really lucky with a movie like Sonic, with the action it delivers, the characters it delivers, the humor it delivers, that the great actors it delivers, that we have something that is so satisfying to superfans and general audiences. Jeff's an amazing director to work with. I've never seen a guy works harder, who cares more, is able to stay calm, cool, and collected at any time. He's an amazing guy to work with. And honestly, it's been one of my favorite filmmaker experiences, just our little group that goes off and makes these movies and then gets to unleash them to the world. It's been really fun. What we have here is, we have a great game, but most importantly, we've got a great character in Sonic with great attributes. He's a lot of fun. He has emotions. And I think at the center of it, that's what makes these movies stand out, is that there's a great character at the center of it, and there happens to be a great video game world around it. I think Sonic 3 has to be seen in the movie theaters. The scale of the movie, the action, the humor, when you get to laugh with all these people together. It needs to be seen on the big screen.